This is game number 2 of the grand finals. In case you missed the first one, the games today have just been excellent, right?
Oh, they've been so good.
Of course,
games this whole week have been great.
Yeah, and you expect nothing less, right? After all, these teams are fighting for a chance to play at this tournament that is the first post-DPC. I think this is something we were talking about in the earlier stages of the close qualifiers as well. But apart from being part of a LAN, obviously, in a post-DPC world, we're kind of in a situation where the future of these competitive circuits is a bit uncertain, right? And with the roster mania going on, everyone swapping hands, everyone changing stacks, you know, whole teams moving regions and organizations changing stripes. You want to make sure you're in a good position, at least in the vantage point of the general pro scene, so that you're still an attractive agent, right? You're still an attractive piece that, you know, can continue to find a place on teams, get yourself on rosters, find success at these events, and let the results speak for themselves. To fall in these close qualifiers would be, I don't want to say it, but pretty embarrassing for IG.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. You know, and like, I don't want to say Team Zero or this team full of no-names, because they're not, by any means. Right?
Oh,
Every
no.
single one of them is a name that, hopefully, is a name that you remember between CTY and Ice. Right? Even players like ZZQ now, hopefully they're in your mind. CTY, been absolutely dominating recently, may take a break, but he's back, ready for a vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, he's not just in my mind, he is on my screen right now. And I'm really hoping for him to be able to do great things on this Ricky. The first showing that they had, yes, they won the game. Wasn't really on his back though. Didn't really feel like, you know, that Ricky performance was a couple of key smoke screens. Apart from that, you know, nothing too crazy. Yeah, have his work cut out for him in this bot side. Same for Ice. You need to beat back JT and make sure this Dawnbreaker can't exist in this lane. Now, already, Ice is just dead.
Yeah. This Starbreaker level 1 from JT was so smart. It's rare that you see Dawnbreakers level up the Starbreaker first. A lot of the times, I'd say a good like 80% of the time, it's a Celestial Hammer. But the overwhelming damage from Starbreaker cannot be understated, especially on a hero like Muerta, who doesn't have the most armor. Under tower, it's a little different, but only 3 starting armor on the Muerta isn't too much. These right clicks really hurt from both of these heroes.
Lane, nothing to say, taking a little low, but he knows his limits. He'll be fine. And one thing to mention as well, the Muerta actually TP'd to that lane, so it's a walk of shame all the way through. Already thought that this bot lane was going to be difficult for the side of Team Zero. It will continue to get worse as Bobaka and JT gain levels here.
Seeing a little bit of aggression onto the Ricky again immediately. This is going to get really troublesome as Baboka and JT get levels. It's only going to get stronger. And Ricky doesn't necessarily hit a peak until he's level 6.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm trying to figure out what the recipe is for Ice and CTY to come out of the gate swinging against Baboka. And I'm coming up a bit empty. Maybe it has to come through the Team Zero Classic, right? The rotation from the Train Protector, come down to the spot side, you know, out-muscle JT with that leech seed. Perhaps that's the angle they can look for. Maybe Ice will just give up on this lane and go to the top side. One thing's for sure though, looks like he's going down to the grave. Last touch, a second kill onto Ice. Feels like it's the same recipe for success for IG here. Get Ice out of the picture, neutralize his ability to make anything happen on the map throughout the mid game, and suddenly, your road to success is real smooth.
Yeah. Lane. A little bit of shenanigans, nothing too flashy happening. Bop is doing quite well for herself. 13 and 6 to Puck's 10 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is... We talked about this before because this is not the first time we've seen this matchup. But it's a situation where this is the tale as all the time. This is a skill matchup through and through. Right? The Quad versus Puck Classic alongside the Invoker and the SF. Just keep beating into each other here. 7E. Maxing out that Scream of Pain because that's the only thing you can do.
Love it.
The Shadow Strike is never gonna land.
Absolutely love it.
Bot side, they actually get the aggressive move onto JT. Trying to jump onto him here. The body blocks from CTY has to clear the way because the hammer's coming through. Still has the one in the back pocket and one more Blink Strike dead shot finds him. JT getting caught with his pants down. Meanwhile, top side, ZZQ. That's the AACK lane coming into play. Too much magic damage for the Train Protector to stand against, but beyond. Trying to finish off X-Nova. No point in the uproar, so X-Nova will be able to walk out of that one. And CTY...
What?
Walks into a bramble? Is that what went on there?
Got lost in the maze, got lost in the sauce a little bit. CTY.
Yeah. Observers drawing for us there. I think he just got caught in that exact area. Probably planted a very nice bramble for Obaka. This is the Dark Willow player that we've been talking about, right? I mean, it's a relative freebie for him to grab in the draft, and he's shown to do so much work. So much so that other teams playing up against IG always try and focus him down first. And when they aren't successful in doing so, that's an easy team fight for IG.
And Dark Willow is definitely one of those heroes that if you don't focus down in these fights, First Crowns is only a 12-second cooldown, right? You can get multiples of those off in fights. Shadow Realm's laying waste to you as well.
Deadshot just to clear the way. Ice Ice needs to tuck himself behind that tree line. This is very uncomfortable territory for CTY and him. Used to just kind of bouncing back the opposing off-lane duo, but here they are, powering under their own tower. Can't be familiar territory for them. Obaka has done so much work. And you can imagine it only gets harder as... Uh-oh. I mean, Dark Willow, Shadow Realm. She have a TP out. And throw it out, but use her last bit of mana on the brambles just to buy herself a bit more time in. Yeah. You think she's fine here? But she's getting spotted out by... Yeah. Spotted out by what? Ice Ice. Looking for one more dead shot. Just needs to chain it up. Goes wide. And... Yeah, he's just gonna... He's just walking it off. Ice Ice, he's missed 2 dead shots already. And Bobaka's just gonna fly his way out of here. He's gonna get mana for a TP in a short bit. Can't just get a reset into base. Whew, nothing to say. That phase shift. Oh, Bobaka actually gets found there. So, not really sure. Yeah, probably just suicides himself. Doesn't want to waste the TP. Comes back into the lane. 10 seconds time, not too bad. With 7E, against nothing to say, seems to have been able to edge out an advantage here. Starting to push with the catapult creep into the tower.
This is really good for 7E. Level 6 now. Potentially willing to make an aggressive move. Just got the Arcane Rune. Here we go.
Yeah, he gets the initiative with the rune because the puck just isn't there to contest. Meanwhile, top side, beyond target of aggression, Bobaka comes through with those brambles. So hard for the Primal Beast to do anything. Interrupt, nicely timed by Monet. Nowhere for him to go. This is maybe why they hesitated so much before picking that Primal Beast. It's not the best matchup into the Chaos Knight in lane. He has 2 ways of interrupting your onslaught and more than enough damage to work you down in the early stage of the game.
Now we've got 3 heroes converging mid. Checking for stacks. Obaka and X-Nova. Oh no, they're gonna steal the Wisdom Rune. It's Wisdom time.
ZZQ, he's on a similar endeavor here, blocked out by that giant skeleton. He can't tree walk his way past that. JT, everyone stack, get the Wisdom. Now they do scan out IG's support presence here. Ice Ice. Let's get him back. Beyond grabbing that Wisdom Rune, so securing the EXP for the supports. And here comes ZZQ ready to contest as well. Meanwhile, JT able to finish off 7E. That's probably a Solar Guardian coming through in the mid lane. They want to work down Bobaka and they will be successful in doing so, but AA TP's out of there. So they bring the full forces, Team Zero, to the top side, secure their Wisdom Rune, break even on that front. But JT just soars into the mid lane, crushes the Queen of Pain, and gets nothing to say back in an advantageous position.
JT having a good game is going to be great for IG. Dawnbreaker, a fed Dawnbreaker? Oh, baby. Right, able to get that Blade Mail faster, the Deso if he so chooses, right? It could also be, you know, just general stat items for the Dawnbreaker.
UI trying to juke things out here, but they've used that Fortify to keep the creeps under tower. Doesn't seem like they'll have enough damage to work him down, and all cores come through. 70 ready to respond, but X-Nova's there as well, chilling up Beyond, and he's dropping low. Turns around with the Pulverize, no way out of that one. Last touch, but Beyond gets worked down by both supports. The Scream actually going completely wide. It'll be enough for them to finish off the AA, but now CTY, the original target, in trouble. Beautiful Brambles landed once again by Baboka as his parting wish. A trade out 3 for 2, all things considered, pretty good for the side of Team Zero here, but losing 2 cores as opposed to 2 supports and an offlaner, can't help but feel like IG, they're not too sad about that situation.
Yeah, IG are very, very happy with that. All the while, too, nothing to say. Just slowly ramping up a little bit of recovery for this puck. Very nice.
Uh-oh. Treant Protector left up high and dry in this top side. JT, it's easy kills for him. This is a sign of scariness. Dawnbreaker is a hero you know very well yourself, Crash. And when it gets off to such a good start, whew.
And JT, he's off to a good enough start that he's actually going to go for the Echo Saber. Blade Mail into Echo Saber, the Dawnbreaker. One of the, you know, it was strong for a while, and then it fell out of favor because of the Desolator. I still think that there's a spot for it, right? You can disassemble the Echo Saber into both AGS and BKB. Two items that are going to be very good this game.
A lot of uncontrollable damage coming out from the way of Team Zero as well, right? The Queen of Pain and the Primal Beast, the main offenders of that front.
Yeah.
They're going to reflect some of that. They're going to go down a lot sooner than they expect. Now, Coil off the mark, 70 able to get out of there. And they won't succeed a second time to be able to preserve his life.
So hard to gank this puck. I don't think you have the damage even if you, like, pulverize. Maybe if you commit the Overgrowth too, actually.
You would need the Sonic Wave, for sure.
Yeah.
And 70 has it up now, but not a lot of mana to work with. Gets lucky with the Shield Rune Guess, though. And this should be enough for them to keep the pressure on to this mid tower. Converging on this area is nothing to say, grabbing the creep wave, and no one else on the horizon and trying to defend. They're actually making a move into bot onto Ice. One's down here as well, but he's created just enough space. Now, Boboka is still gonna try and hunt him down, right? One Brambles is all it takes. He chooses to throw it out. A bit preemptive. Curse Crown on its head. Should be an easy finish for JT. Celestial Hammer and the Starbreaker. Trying to do it with as little mana as possible, but yeah, JT is just gonna commit it. Doesn't want to waste any more time, and they'll get that freebie. Team Zero, when they've looked the weakest, it's when Ice has been nullified, and I think it's a very similar situation in this game. It's on the Moeta, so there's a lot more potential to scale into a core that can do a bit of damage. But I can't help but feel like this game is going to be rough for him from start to finish. You're up against a CK Puck Dawnbreaker. They're just going to muscle you down.
Even if you use your ultimate, you're not safe, right, against the Puck. Like, you know, you're safe for the Chaos Knight. That's about it. I'm the Dawnbreaker too, but Dawnbreaker has magical damage as well, so...
Dire's top tower is in danger.
It feels like this early game, curiously, has been lacking that signature Team Zero aggression, right? It might be part and parcel because of the ZZQ Treant Protector. We've already noted that that's a bit more of a defensive hero for him. But beyond not really feeling the most comfortable to just run it down with the Moeta's busy just trying to soak whatever EXP she can on the map. And very, very quiet game from them so far.
And we've already talked about how those games don't usually go well for Team Zero.
Here comes CTY, smoke screen off the mark. They call and they Solar Guardian as well. Like we said, not nearly enough damage. There's nothing to say. Able to jaunt his way out of there. Not even going to complete it because it might be into the waiting arms of the Ricky. Great decision making there from the Puck to keep himself alive. And the whole squad shows up to preserve nothing to say and this tower.
Invisibility.
JT's still like the strongest, one of the strongest heroes on the map right now. CTY, he has to be careful.
Yeah. He just can't get anything going for himself here. Working on the Diffusal Blade, but it's just now gonna get it. It's not the worst timing, all things considered, but you do feel a bit of pressure to set up kills or start things going. Starting with the fear out onto JT, the Terrorize and the Ice Blast over their heads, so can't feel comfortable fighting into this. Just give it up. All members of Team Zero here in the mid lane, no smell, no sign, not a single inch of that signature Team Zero aggression that we've come to know and love. They'll give it an attempt here. No level 6s on the supports though, so you're missing that overgrowth. All you really have is that smoke screen, but they'll try and connect with the Primal Beast up in this top side, or maybe just nothing to say. Smoke screen up. He didn't complete the jaunt before coming out, but he'll be fine still. Placement on that smoke screen a little bit off. Nothing to say, making them feel that one.
Yeah. Questioning their mistakes every single time. Nothing to say has been on point with these voice lines.
Yeah. Gonna try and finally work down this tier 1 tower. Similar problem to last game where Team Zero don't really have the best tower push, but they have to commit the heroes for it, and it doesn't seem like IG are that interested in defending. through it all, Monet has just maintained complete dominance in terms of the net worth charts. 7.5k net worth on the CK right now. Armlet completed. Looks like an Echo Saber's flying out to him. Yep, there's the Ogre Axe. And he can just disassemble that into a BKB and he'll be ready to go.
Sneeze, it's looking very scary. I'm scared of Monet, my man.
I am, and I'm not even in this game.
Yeah.
I'm like looking behind my shoulder for a stray like Phantasm Illusion to beat me to a pulp right now. If they even catch an eye on this Riki, it's an easy reality rift into death.
I'm gonna say DD rune.
Try and come up here. They know that Team Zero are occupying this area, but CTY, this is your Pos 1 running around with the squad right now, getting absolutely nothing done. I don't know, Team Zero. They're struggling to find these openings that they've been so adept at searching for this entire close qualifiers. That's really what has made them shine. Not this trying to farm style, not this desperate. It's not a good look on them. But they don't really have any options. All they can do is try and smoke and go again. Maybe the AA. It's the easy target, but it's the one you might have to settle for. Straight onto X-Nova. An easy kill here. Deadshot will finish it off, but with the dust, they call up the Riki. What else do you have? Monet might be in some trouble. This could be the start of something good here. Solar Guardian coming through and the silence immediately onto Beyond. Monet pops that Phantasm, but stopped by ZZQ. Huge overgrowth and the Sonic Wave comes through as well. Monet, he's falling low. This CK kill could be huge, but they're gonna settle for JT for now. Beyond starting to stomp up onto them. They've lost ZZQ on the sidelines. Nothing to say. Finished off by CTY though, and Beyond on the last live of HP stands his ground and fights. So does Monet. He's not gonna be outmuscled in this engagement. Toggles the armlet and smacks them down to size. They come for the king, you better go for the neck. They weren't able to finish it off, and 4 deaths here. Close to a 2k swing for them here. For IG.
Boca might find CTY. CTY's gonna get out. He's under a sentry and observer. Just escaping on the wiki.
Yeah, I mean, that fight was kind of crazy, right? They started out on the AA, no Ice Blast. Looked good. They were onto Monet too. But they just didn't have the damage to finish the job. Able to get his way back towards the tower. Heal up a bit. Come back in with the toggle and just works down that Queen of Pain.
Yeah, between Solar Guardian and Chaos Strike, it's just way too much healing on the side of Invictus.
Yeah.
CQ.
Easy pick off for Boboka and nothing to say there. Tag team duo up, like you said, the Bedlam. On Ice as well. Immediately gonna ping out some vision, but don't think he's gonna be able to juke his way out of this one. I say that. Limping away, clutching the gun close to his chest there. They'll let him live. Mercy shown from IG.
Yeah.
And not onto Beyond though. Forced to pop the Blade Mail. Nothing to say coming through.
An interesting coil.
Are scanning for enemies.
Maybe he thought people were nearby enough. Like maybe the AA was gonna come. Like the AA could blast, right? Technically from long range.
Yeah.
And Monet's still hunting for.
I love this. I know.
Right? He's not.
So is X-Nova and Bobica. They're looking.
Yeah, it's like Ice could still be down here, guys. You know, like why not? And it's just actually an excuse for him not to push the tier 2 and go back to the Ancients. Classic carry player mentality.
Yeah.
Holding control of this bot side area. There's the Ice Blast, and there is another kill onto ZZQ. It's just been easy for them to fell this Treant Protector over and over.
I think last time ZZQ played this Treant Protector, they were going up against an AA as well, and it just looked really, really bad.
Maybe not the counter, or maybe not the solution that they're quite expecting there. It really feels that way, right? Team Zero, last picking the Riki, felt like they had an idea about how they were going to deal with the CK or whatever IG had posted up in front of them. Haven't really felt it so far, right? The Monet CK, completely unbothered, 402, nothing to say in the mid lane as well. You almost sniffed him out with 1 or 2 of these smoke screens, but he's very much been able to keep up. His net worth isn't looking the hottest, but he's very much got the job done with these supports, right? The coils, the waning rifts, they've been on point. He's actually going to build himself the 4 staff, so a very old school build against the Riki. Yeah, it's basically mandatory, right? You
know, the winner, once again, out of all the supports, Bulbaka has found himself incredibly rich, even without the Midas. Is working on it, mind you, but even without the Midas, quite rich on this support Archvillo.
Yeah, once again, gonna gear up for another high-value game. He's ready to go into carry mode, you know? He had a bit of taste of that just now. He's more than happy to put the team on his back. Yeah, you know, I'll win this team fight for us, no big deal. And this is a player that we talked a bit about, right? Had a return to Aster. He's been playing with XSS for so long, but there was some, you know, there was some word coming out from post-Bali Aster that they weren't really feeling like playing with Bulbaka anymore. That Sakura Bros duo just fell apart. And there were arguments with the team. You know, Bulbaka felt very uninterested in continuing to contribute in the drafts. He was just silent. He wasn't very interactive with his teammates. And, you know, the future looked a bit bleak for him, right? He went on to boom with X-Nova, and they didn't really find much success there. The team got released, and now it feels like he needs to prove himself a little bit, right? He wants to go back to that former glory. Gone are the days where he was once regarded as the top few position 4s in the world. He wants to climb back to that level. And he's starting here in these close qualifiers. Straight on to Muerta again, and Ice. He's just been fooled this game. He really hasn't had any sort of a performance. Or Beyond out as well, and the Ice Blast, it should be an easy setup. IG, they just keep sweeping through the Team Zero jungle and leaving no space for them to work.
And to be fair, CTY, it's not like CTY is going to be jungling, right? The Ricky, it's not going to be farming his jungle, but the rest of the team will be. CTY. Hanging them.
Last game, he was basically cosplaying the same thing he's doing right now, right? He got the Silver's Edge, ran around in this particular section of the map. Maybe thinks he can get a high-value pick-off here, but really, he hasn't been able to find anything just yet. They're being spotted out by ZZ.
Don't do it, CTY. Oh no.
Okay. Around. I don't think he has enough damage to
even
work down. Okay. I mean, there's nothing of value on those couriers, but it's about sending a message.
Yeah. It's the little things.
Oh. Nothing to say. I mean, he is well aware that ZZQ is just on his bum right now, but he's not bothered in the slightest. He knows they can't actually work him down. And the last he saw the Queen of Pain didn't really have a lot of mana, so he knows he's safe up here. And IG, they're just happy to keep ramping up. Monet, BKB complete, working towards the heart right now. He's gonna reach unkillable territories, and his illusions are just gonna rip you apart.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker's also finished the BKB, so 2 BKBs from IG. This is their potential go time. Aegis is up. Right, so they can maybe get a pick off, work their way into Roshan. It's a little scary if you don't pick off someone like the Primal Beast or the Quap. That's a small little area to be running into, these kind of heroes.
Look at this. This is tough. Like, Ricky, sure enough, he's keeping up decently with his other cores, but you want to be matching the opponent carry. That's just not something you have, right? CK has that natural farming mechanism in the using the Phantasm during downtime. Even the Echo Saber and the Chaos Strike, it helps him out a ton. But on the flip side, Ricky, your farming speed isn't that great. That's why we see Ricky's even at some point go for the Battle Fury Tricks of the Trade as a farming mechanism. You really need these kills, and Team Zero haven't been able to find anything.
You know, last game this Ricky was played came off the back of the 7E Quap. I'm holding out hope that 7E, when it comes to high ground, can hold again. And this Quap Ags is very hard to deal with.
As it completed already, prioritized it over finishing the Kaya Sanj. I think that is most definitely the correct decision as IG on the prowl. Like you said, might be gearing up for a pick-off straight into the Roche and straight into these tier 2s. Ready for a clash here. Both smokes get broken straight onto Baboka into the Shadow Realm. BKB immediately pop on Monet onto the Muerta. Works her down and doesn't stand a chance. Terrorized now onto Beyond, controlling him, but he has the BKB. They finished off X-Nova though, CTY getting the support on IG. But they've lost both of theirs and they need to retreat. Found CTY on the back line. That's what they were waiting for. The coil, the pull-in, he doesn't stand a chance, and that's a killing spree going the way of nothing to say. They will stroll right into the Roche pit and grab that Aegis for themselves.
That felt personal for JT, dropping the Solar Guardian when he 1,000,000% did not need to. That was personal. That was about sending a message. How dare you kill off my support?
X-Nova, he's gonna be pleased about that situation. Still was able to release the Ice Blast, force the side of Team Zero back. Now, with this Aegis, they'll be geared up to go towards the tier 2s. So much damage coming out from Monet, he just basically 100 to 0 that Moeta by himself. And that's never gonna get better for you. That's not a situation you ever work your way out of. You need to press Pierce the Veil like on time, but
I mean, you don't
he doesn't even have it leveled.
Yeah. Gone for the very greedy play on the Muerta. We see some position 4 Muertas do this, where they just completely bypass Pierce the Veil. This was a great Pierce the Veil game. I don't know.
I don't
between
know about
CK
that.
and Dawnbreaker, like
Yeah,
these
but
heroes
the
that jump on
heroes
top
kind
of
of
you.
just
yeah,
the other 3 heroes kind of just destroy you. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Enemies.
Probably in an ideal world, Ice Ice never gets caught out by the CK or the Dawnbreaker because they're busy dealing with his front line. But, you know, the Ice Ice story for this game has just been routinely being found, being killed. 9 to 21 now with a 9k gold lead. Just continues to build for IG here. Doesn't seem like something that Team Zero can find an angle for. You take a look at the graph of not just win probability, but gold and EXP as well. It is just flowing down to the favor of IG.
Well, yeah, definitely don't look at the win probability graph. It's broken.
Yeah. Gaben seems to think that this Ricky doesn't stand a chance.
Since minute 0, Gaben's like, this position 1 Ricky has no chance.
We have an opportunity here for the same thing to happen, right? We're in the grand final, so, you know, maybe some of you guys tuning in didn't watch some of the open close qualifier games. That's rough for you, but, you know, we'll update you on the process, okay? So Team Zero, they previously won a game with this Ricky and the Queen of Pain, and how they did so was they were under the same exact circumstances. They were very far behind, didn't really stand a chance on the map, they were trying desperately to find an opening, but it was this Queen of Pain Agonyms hopping onto many Wraith King skeletons and blowing up all of their opposition all in one fell swoop. From there, CTY gets smoke screens onto nothing to say, but right now, different story. Beyond being picked off, you can't really hide as that Primal Beast. The model's a bit too big, your bum's sticking out. Monet will just clean him up, but like I was saying, you know, the Primal Beast isn't important in this story. What's important is this Queen of Pain Agonies. When you go up to the high ground, these CK illusions could very well have the same effect of popping to the magic damage. And IG, they're gonna have to be very wary about that.
Yeah, last time it was the Wraith King Skeletons that were causing a problem. This time, it might be the CK Illusions. CZQ.
Yeah, I mean, these two supports, I mean, the Trian's queuing up a Midas. The Trian's queuing up a Midas. That should tell you everything you need to know about the state of this game. They don't see it ending anytime soon in a case where they win. I mean, Ice Ice will, his life will flash before his eyes. He'll just die immediately. X-Nova, Solar Guardian coming down. They managed to work through the AA, but now CTY. Harpoon back into the range of the dust. They're in the smoke screen, but it's not even gonna matter. Magic damage abound for all this puck. Ricky just being picked off here.
Once again, you're willing to take that trade. The only thing that Ricky can ever get this game is X-Nova. X-Nova's more than happy with that, especially if the Ricky trades off his life every time.
Look, we have seen time and time again that, you know, these close qualifier games, they're not stomps, right? We've had exciting best of threes, we've had killer series, teams punching back and forth, absolute slugfest. This is a very different story. We were talking about an IG that ends games early. This is an IG that is suffocating their opponents here, punishing them for their gaps in the draft, not allowing a single outcrop on the map to be taken advantage of by Team Zero. This is clinical, methodical. These guys are here for business. And they aren't letting Team Zero get away with anything right now.
And they're just looking to close out this game.
Yeah, you might not like it, but this is what peak Chinese Dota is looking like right now. IG, whether it's early or whether it's late, they will meet you right where you stand and crush you underfoot. You're gonna give this Monet player CK, he's gonna say thank you very much. Thank you for the free game. That's kind of what it's feeling like right now.
Between the AC on Dawnbreaker and the heart on the CK being built up, this game is looking pretty much over. 14k, 15k lead for IG. It almost feels like you just have to start hoping for pickoffs. Hoping for mistakes.
Monet has yet to make one this series so far. Straight to the high ground, it's gonna be nothing to say. It's a very, very questionable jump onto the high ground. I think he was so used to killing the Mueta, he forgot what the Mueta could do back to him. Gets caught by a calling and they lose the gem, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty big. And that's one mistake you can count on. Oh, Monet got an illusion rune.
Big wrong though. Get baited out by the CK illusion to the sidelines. Let's trample it down, nothing else to be found here. But this gem is doubly important because you have two Invis heroes on your side, right? Between the Train Protector and the Riki. Being able to spot them out is now a luxury only afforded to you if you're carrying a dust on your core.
Yeah. Which is not possible. Puck? Oh, Puck has space. Puck has dust. But Dawnbreaker and CK... Actually, no. CK, you should buy one. Okay, no longer is right. But, no, you're right? There's only limited dust slots right now. AA's not holding one. It's only Dark Willow and Puck.
Yeah, that's kind of the pain factor of just being so strong right now. Oh, might get a pick off onto JT. Deadshot gonna go wide, which allows that BKB to come out. He's standing his ground, just beating back. The overgrowth comes through as well. Do they have the damage? They're trying to work her down, but the luminosity, it's working out. Not enough though. On to Beyond now. Last Chaos Strike makes him work for it. Still finishes him off. Now nothing to say. Coiling up 70, forcing the BKB out. Tries the double back for the haste rune. Just TP's out to safety. They lose the Dawnbreaker, which is honestly not too bad. You take that any day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you do like Team Zero. They're looking for any sort of possible.
Top side.
No.
CTY. He's just getting walked down by Monet. What in? He just did. Nothing to say. Just kills him. That was just Monet walking out with Silver's Edge, catching CTY by surprise, and that should carry gone. Yeah, any advantage that you were getting from that Dawnbreaker kill, nope, gone now. 14k gold lead. Again, IG assert their dominance.
See about this Roshan spawning in 50 seconds. We'll see if it's a long one or a short one. But IG, they don't need the Aegis to clean up this last tier 2 tower. They should take it before they go high ground. They definitely don't need it for this tower.
I mean, realistically speaking, you just let Monet siege with the illusions, right? And
yeah,
maybe, you know, you eat a couple of Shadow Strikes. But yeah, the Aegis basically mandatory in this situation just because of the circumstances. If IG did their research and they're backed up by a stellar coaching staff of Super and Dogfight, so I'm sure they did, they will know how exactly Team Zero came back with this exact lineup. They will know to not fall into the same trap. And, you know, you might not have Wraith King, but as we already mentioned, it's the CK Illusions that could put you in that rough spot. They don't mind just continuing to gear up here, build their advantage, and pick off anyone who dares to show their face on the map. And as compared to last game where Team Zero felt like they had a lot of options to try and play on the outskirts, you know, drag them around, IG a lot more decisive this game and a lot more just crushing, right? They aren't allowing any maneuvers. Take a look at where the heroes are on Team Zero. There's a certain parameter being drawn. The only one who's broken that so far is that Queen of Pain.
A prize.
Monet even looking top, potentially find CTY, but not showing his face in the lane. CTY is A-OK.
Heals up, Beyond. Drop back down, forced to pop the BKB, has the TP out. Very, very sad state of affairs when your Primal Beast can't even kill an AA. What does it take, Crash? He has an Ogre Seal Totem and a Ghost Scepter. But they just walk into this Roche Pit. Just like you said, that additional insurance needed. They'll just pick it up. Aegis and Cheese available now.
Sneeze. ZZQ has finished his Midas. It's over, dude.
Hawk crazy.
Working on a sheepstick. I mean, if ZZQ can get to this sheepstick, it'll be huge, but it is a ways away.
Damn, you are coping hard right now. I mean, look, the sheepstick, look, the sheepstick might kill the park.
But not the CK.
That's about, yeah, that's about it. I mean, nothing to say. He's built himself up very well. Ayasanj, Witchblade, and the Blink Dagger. Very, very elusive. Now, CTY had the Aghanim's complete for a while now, working his way towards the BKB because realistically, how do you even fight into a Willow Park as a Riki if you don't have that? but you might not have the time. They are knocking on your high ground right now. 70, he's got to get back here and start tossing these Shadow Strikes out. Living Armor's going to buy some time for them. And it's not the easiest push to make, right? CK, decent tower damage. Nothing crazy though. Nothing to say, oh, he's found a coil onto CTY. They just found the Ricky and he's just dead because of the Ice Blast. Are you kidding me? Nothing to say with that gem. Now they're pulverizing JT. Little bit of trouble now, screamed out, but he's so tanky on the Dawnbreaker. Forced to buy back on Ricky, but Monet already cleaning up ZZQ on the sidelines. That's the Train Protector out of the picture, which means no more living armor for you. Nothing to say, he's just playing with them right now. Monet pulls them into his clutches, kills them off, and beyond, you're looking to go down as well. Might be tanky, but you can't survive. 70. Oh, Harpoon, where are you blinking to, buddy? JT drags him straight back to his grave, and GG's called. CTY understands they don't stand a chance without the Queen of Pain. He's gone for a minute, and so are Team Zero. 2-0 up now in this series. IG 1 game away from making it to Kuala Lumpur.
IG are